Well, all right. Hello, friends. Welcome back to Double Cross 2022, first episode of the new season. PGA Tour has kicked off in Kapalua. Granted, we had a wraparound season, but we're not counting that. We're back in 2022. I am your host, Dan, at 2 Inches Short on the internet. Obviously, this is my esteemed co-host, Dave at Golf and Jokes, also from the internet. And we were going to do a little recap of what unfolded in record-breaking, record-setting in Kapalua at the Sentry Tournament of Champions with Cam Smith, who's dueling Jon Rahm. We got a Sony Open coming up at Waialae. Got some other news we want to talk about. So let's just get right into it. First of all, let's bring Dave in. Dave, how are we doing today, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. You got to catch any of the golf this past weekend? Yeah, it was great seeing you too. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I watched a bit of it. Birdie Fest. It was can't believe some of the scores these guys were shooting. Like
it's pretty ridiculous.
JT had a course record for 10 minutes?
Like 2 hours, yeah.
But yeah,
and also that course record is 12. It was, what is it, 12
under because par 73, yeah.
Right. Par 73 and he shot 61. And we're going to get into the amount that were shot. But always fun watching Kapalua on TV.
Beautiful course. Beautiful views.
You've never been there, no?
No, I've never been to Hawaii, no.
No, neither have I. Never been to Hawaii. My buddy has played it. He's the head pro. Nice. We can get into that at some point. What a week it was. Dave, kicking off the new year, Cam Smith, mullet in full flow, takes the first tournament of the year, 34 under par, breaks the all-time scoring record since 1950 by three. Guys beat the all-time scoring record. It was Cam Smith, Jon Rahm, and Matt Jones. But we'll get into those guys a little bit later. Let's just talk about Cam Smith right now. Fourth PGA Tour win. I think he's 20. What was he? 25? 20,
something like that.
20. Oh, dude, he's
27.
28. So yes, fourth PGA Tour win. Two were the Zurich. One was the Sony Open, which is next week, and obviously not just this one. Holds off Jon Rahm in honestly one of the best displays of golf you could possibly ask for. I know, we're talking about benign conditions on a resort golf course, ball in hand the first 2 days. That's something we could get into later. But you gotta hand it to these guys. I mean, I know par is a social construct, but 20. I mean, what is it? They were 20. What is it? 26, 27 under par going into Sunday.
26, I believe. Yeah.
26 and Cam finished at 34 under par. That's
it's insane.
Out of control. So he bogeyed the first two holes on Friday. So he went 52 straight holes without a bogey. It got me thinking, what's the longest you've ever gone without making a bogey?
Yeah.
On Twitter, I reposted it on
Instagram.
I tried thinking about it, and I have no idea.
Can't be
that long. Maybe
12 holes, maybe.
12. I mean, 12 is good. 12 is pretty solid. I mean, because we're talking, pars or birdies, and I think probably mine's around that same thing, but 52. What? That's 3.5 rounds of golf, right? That's insane. 2.5 rounds of golf. Sorry, 2.5 rounds of golf. So kind of almost full 3 full rounds of golf. What the hell am I talking about? Dude, absolutely insane. I mean, how do you feel about 34 under par? Do you have a feeling about that?
I personally hate tournaments where it's just a birdie fest and it feels like these guys cannot miss a shot. And obviously they're amazing players and you get it, but I feel like when the fairways are a mile wide and they're obviously already playing elevation, so they're bombing it down there. Par fives are 200 yards in for their second. I personally don't like it. Like I like to see them challenged a bit, and I understand obviously they can't control conditions. There's no
Mhm.
wind, course is soft.
Mhm.
It is what it is.
Oh, for
But
sure.
I personally don't like it. I like seeing some tough conditions and to challenge these guys because they're just so good.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's crazy what happens when there's no wind on a resort golf course. I mean, you're out there playing for fun, and these guys are literally birding basically almost like every third hole. Really, like that's
Almost every hole, it feels like. watching
and making
watching
eagles too.
Yeah, I mean, watching Cam, like, shout out to Cam though. Like, I was expecting him to fall apart yesterday at some point, and the
Uh-huh.
fact that he played, because you've watched other tournaments where he's been the lead, he has that one hole where he just,
Just hits that, yeah.
flares it right, OB or in the water or whatever, and he makes a number and he falls back. I've seen that happen many times with him,
Mhm.
and whatever John Rahm did, he was basically right on, right inside of him every time. Or
It was almost
or
they were kind of playing off each other. Like it was like, I'm gonna hit this shot. It was similar to the I don't know if we recall the Bryce and Patrick Cantley
yeah.
playoff.
It
Back
was.
was it the second playoff event of the right?
BMW, I think it was.
Yeah.
And just the fact that he played 2 rounds, final group with Rahm. I think
number
they were
one in the
final
world.
group. Yeah, number one in the
Mhm.
world, and went toe to toe with him and matched him pretty much every step of the way. And that's
It's almost more
to me.
impressive than being 34 under par
Oh yeah,
is
100%.
beating the best player
Yeah.
who's because Cam was hitting everything Cam did. We'll get into John Rahm in a second. Everything Cam did was pretty much better than Rahm, and it was crazy because Rahm was spot on.
And
I mean,
feel
so
like I feel like those are the things that really boosts a player's confidence going forward, that they can do it, head to head with the best player in the world. Forget the birdies, eagles. These guys know they can, once they get hot, they can make a shit ton. But to do it playing with best player in the world 2 days in a row and to close the deal is such a huge confidence boost.
I mean, and this is his second year in a row he's won an individual tour event, right? Not the Zurich, and also, I mean, he was in the mix at the Northern Trust in when he lost to Tony Finau in a playoff. So like, I think he's gotten to, I don't know, kind of. I was watching him. He kind of just reminds me a little bit of like what Ricky Fowler could have been. It feels like
I can see that.
And I mean, granted, I mean, Ricky's got what, five PGA Tour wins, Cam's got 4, but like, you see someone trending in the direction, and I mean, I kind of almost want to say I'm feeling Ricky making a run this year at some point.
I think so. I think so.
Right, but what I'm saying is just like watching Cam and Ricky with the dirty ass mustaches and and the mullets. It kind of gives off this kind of like, this is like what I expected from Ricky. And now I'm watching Cam Smith do it. And Cam Smith is progressing up my list of some of my favorite players to watch.
Oh yeah, he's fun to watch. I think he's going to be a threat at Augusta. I think that course sets up well for him. He's a great putter.
Has he contended there? He was, dude.
I
yes.
Can't recall. I think
Ready?
he has.
I'll rattle it off for you. 2018 T5, 2019 not great T51, but he finished runner-up in the November Masters in 2020, and was T10 in April.
So there you go. He's definitely going to be a threat there if he can, keep up the solid playing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And like we were saying, Cam Smith holds off John Rahm, who just is out of his mind most of the time.
He's playing so good right now. I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna have a big year, I think. Provided he can get the wins. I feel like he's gonna have a lot of high finishes. There's been a lot of them where he just can't pass the.
I mean, it's not even like his fault. I mean, he shot 33 under par, broke the all-time scoring record by 2, lost by 1. I mean, this goes back to, I mean, he won the Tour Championship outright, but lost because of Patrick Cantley having a lead. He had a 6-shot lead at Memorial at a WD.
he could have like an easy another 3-4 wins on his record
Yeah,
easily.
and probably player of the year last year.
Well,
honestly.
he should have got player of the year. There's no doubt in my mind. So that was bullshit.
So I mean, so I can't fault him for shooting 33 under. There's nothing you can do. He tied Justin Thomas's course record, who shot 61 earlier. It was on Saturday, right?
JT, the first 2 rounds kind of destroyed him. But he's one of those players where if he gets hot, he goes super low.
JT.
Like yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, he puts up 12 under, breaks the course record, and then John Rahm comes in, he ties the course record. And then Matt Jones.
Did Morikawa too? Oh no, he was 62. Yeah.
62.
Final round.
Did you hear Morikawa in his post round interview? He's like,
he didn't even know.
Like, what did I shoot? 63, 60? Oh, 62. I wish. Oh God, it must be nice. And Matt Jones.
For us, it's like, oh, would you shoot 88? No, it was 87. Oh, okay.
yeah, could have been an 87. I don't know. Yeah. Matt Jones shoots 61. Got to talk Matt Jones for a second. Goes 62, 61 on the weekend. 23 under pars at an all-time PGA Tour low, like for 36 holes, and takes less than 5 seconds to pull the trigger once he's over the ball. So like the hero we never knew we needed is Matt Jones, by the way. I mean, have you seen the stopwatch count of him pulling the trigger?
No.
It's amazing, dude. He gets up there, looks at the target once, pulls it. It just doesn't even.
That's the way to go. The less you think, the better over the ball. And I'm gonna try that this year. I'm gonna do like no practice swings and just hit it.
Get up and hit it, man. Yeah. Get up and hit it. Yeah, it was pretty remarkable to see. So like we were saying, Rahm, Matt Jones, just short of Cam Smith. Still ridiculous scores. Matt Jones finished 31 under, 32 under par. Pretty insane stuff.
If you were to tell any of those guys like Rahm or Matt Jones or Morikawa at the beginning of the week, listen, you're going to shoot minus 32. Would you put $1 million that you're going to get the win? And I guarantee they will say, "Oh, absolutely! I'll put 5 mil that this is going to guarantee me a win." You know?
Yeah. Guess and not.
They would have come up short.
Would have come up short 34 under. I heard Cam wanted to get the 35 under. That was like the goal, and it's like, oh, we missed it by 1. Which again, I'm just trying to comprehend what's the most you've ever been under par in a given round?
3 under.
3 under. I'm right there with you. 3 under.
I got off to a hot start and then obviously fizzled, but that was the best I've been in a round. Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking 4 rounds of 9 under. Like that's kind of, it's more than that. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But we were saying par is a social construct. Do you subscribe to that? Do you subscribe to par or do you are you like, oh, birdie bogeys, or are you just like, well, I got it in the hole in 3 strokes? Like how do you like to look at it?
Oh, a birdie bogey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, just try to put it in perspective because I start hyperventilating when I get more than 3 under par. It's like, what am I going to do? Well, how am I going to screw this up? We're all familiar with the post birdie PBFU, the post birdie fuck up. Very familiar in my game with that. But do you want to get into little things that we saw? No Greens books started in 2022.
This was the first event.
Bryson struggled on the greens, and
what did he finish for the week?
I don't know, but I think he had some sort of wrist situation that I don't think he's playing this week in Wildlife, by the way.
So he would.
I think so. Let me check, dude. Bryson. Fine, Bryson. What did you finish at? He finished at 25 T25. He shot 1 under on the final day. 16.
So what did he shoot overall? 16?
16 under, yes.
Yeah, that's like a mile back of the leader.
Yeah. Pretty ridiculous. So no Greens books. obviously didn't matter. 34 under par. I mean, the guys at the top, like
I mean,
just don't.
those were guys that probably never used them to begin with, right? For the most
Probably.
part. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure everyone uses it to a degree, but I know some people rely on them, way more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting because, like we were saying, I mean, Augusta is the only place that didn't allow them for the entire year. So this is going to be the first time. There's some crazy rule that rules that like you can annotate like your yardage book, but you can't have certain things in it. And I'm like thinking, like, who's checking the?
yeah,
Like,
I know. What are
who's
they gonna
looking
do,
in your
check?
yardage book? Are they having like random searches? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really think too much about it. It is what it is. You just got to
Yeah.
get the ball in the hole. However
Sure.
you do it, you do it.
that's why it doesn't matter whether it's birdie or par. It doesn't matter. Lowest strokes. Do you want to talk PGA Tour Live on ESPN Plus debuted? I liked it. I liked the coverage. I thought it was solid. I enjoyed watching. Was it Noda? Was it on the Golf Channel or was it on PGA Tour Live?
I watched it on the golf. I watched it on the Golf Channel. I mean,
so we'll get into Noda in a
out.
second then. So ESPN Plus, thought it was great coverage. I mean, I mean, I could do without the commercials. We're paying for it, but it is what it is. Did you have any thoughts on it besides something that we saw about elevation changes?
I'm not sure if it's the same one you were watching that I was watching. I'm not sure, but yeah, there definitely was Noda with his level showing basically the slopes and
Yeah. So Noda's out there with literally like a 4-foot leveler, trying to show the different angles of the fairways, and they're trying, man. Golf, at least they're trying to make it interesting.
It's good because I mean, when you're watching on TV, you can't really tell the slopes of some of these holes, and it's crazy how much it does slope. So it's good that they're trying to at least show it in some capacity to
give the viewer some perspective on it, right? Because like Phil was talking, because 51-year-old Phil Mickelson was playing this week, and first time
he finished. I didn't see him at all.
Philly boy, Phil 14 under, T30. He said he was winded basically after the round. Just the walk was tough. It makes you think, like,
Tiger. Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see. Speaking about elevation changes, we did see the
hold on. Do you like, I don't know, like I feel like if obviously it's still exhausting, but you're walking a course you're not carrying a bag, you're basically just walking, like, yeah, it still is exhausting, but how exhausting is it?
I
take it back, because I take a cart and I'm exhausted in a cart sometimes just from playing,
especially if it's cart bats only, right? It's like, oh
well, yeah, but even without, like,
yeah,
I'm exhausted after a round just from, I guess, walking to your ball and actually hitting the shots.
Yeah, and also Phil is 51 years old, so it's there probably has
but he's in pretty good shape.
I can't imagine a 34-year-old Phil complaining about the hills, right? Like, it's but I agree with you, man. I mean, it's you got to have endurance to take on these things,
especially for 4 days.
For
4
4
days,
days,
2 days, no problem. But 4 days,
but they're also walking a lot straighter lines than we normally walk too.
Yeah,
so less steps. But also they're playing from way the fuck back there. So, but yeah, speaking of elevation adjustments, we saw ESPN Plus had a hilarious formula to calculate feet downhill. I think it was total. It was the total yardage minus feet downhill equals the adjusted yardage, which is obviously not the formula. I don't really even know what the formula is. Do you know what it is?
I have no idea what it is, but I know it's not that.
It was like 198, 48 feet downhill to the hole, 150. Now
I posted a meme about it and it did very well.
It was hilarious. I was like, dude, I missed that. It was incredible. Yeah, good for. I'm glad we got. I actually checked to see whether NBC whatever Gold or whatever charged me again. I don't think they did. I think it was just a clean break, and I'm pretty happy about where we're at with ESPN Plus. we'll kind of see how it goes, especially heading into this coming week. Do want to just mention Victor Hovland was in a bush, and he was just like, "Oh, this lie isn't too bad." He's like, "It's actually a pretty good lie." Did you catch that, Dave?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh my gosh, dude! If you have a chance to see it in the video, it's amazing. It's a preposterous thing to say in that situation, but yeah. So, but again, that's why he's on tour, and we complain that we miss a fairway by 50 yards. So, hell of an opening act of the 2022 portion of the season. Again, the views are incredible. I never really. It's on the bucket list for sure. Gonna have to check that out. Would love to hit those tee shots and kind of see how far you can get it down there.
Yeah.
Did you catch the Pro Tracer fail when Brooks looked like he hit it to another island?
Yeah. I posted that meme too. Did well.
Why would you want to ever roll the ball back? Let's hit to different islands and take boats in between it.
Speaking of Brooks, he looks pretty good in good form. I think he's gonna have a good year, to be honest. He seems like he's healthy. I feel like he's into it more. Like he,
Well, I think the injuries. I think the injuries kind of probably put it in perspective that like, hey, you don't have a ton of opportunities to do this.
Yeah. Well, I heard him say, I don't know. The more he's playing, the more he plays, the more he's loving golf now. So I don't know.
It's just whatever keeps your confidence at an all-time high if you're Brooks Koepka, right? Like that's all that's all he's gonna say. Because I think he said at one point he doesn't care about, like, he'd rather play baseball or something, or like he just plays golf because it's a job. Brooks has a way of talking. I don't know, maybe he turns a corner. We'll see. But Brooks, I mean, new equipment sponsor, playing new clubs, seems to be hitting it pretty good. And we'll see kind of how the season goes for him. Do want to get into, we'll just put a bow on Capital. Hell of a tournament. Congrats to Cam Smith. Way to open it up. Shattering records. I mean, these guys are so fucking good. It's ridiculous.
Did you see his house, by the way? I don't know if you've been watching any of Travis's home course series, which is pretty.
No, but awesome. I think it's a boat and his home. Is it crazy?
Oh yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, we gotta
check it out.
Check that out.
He's doing well for himself.
A little different than our situation. But yeah. So speaking of Cam Smith, defending champion at Waialae, the Sony Open this coming week. Well, this week. By PGA Tour standards, I don't know if you guys are familiar. It is a short course, 7,000 yards, par 70. It's a Seth Rayner design. I don't really know what the winning scores were in the past. They're pretty low, weren't they?
Probably.
But so we got what do we got? What do we got in the field? Cam Smith, defending champion. Webb, Sung J M, Mark Leishman, your boy Corey Connors, Hideki.
I feel like a lot of the same guys probably play. They probably do a 2-week stint in Hawaii.
Yeah, they're in Hawaii, and they're in
Kisner?
Hawaii anyways,
is Kisner
right?
playing?
I don't see
his
name here.
Are you wanting to get home and watch his Georgia Bulldogs tonight?
Probably because there's a national recording this on Monday, national championship game today.
Yeah,
I think he's in the field.
Excited for it.
I think he's in the field. Yeah, excited for the national championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you going for?
I have zero interest, but I will take not Alabama.
Okay. I am taking Alabama. So
is Alabama getting point? Are they favored?
They're actually they're underdog, like 1 or 2 points or something like that.
Taking Georgia,
which is fair. I feel like that's the right line, but I'm still going Alabama.
All right, well, that's good. What were we talking? Abe Answer also in the field. Like we were saying, I mean, they got the cool W at the back of whatever green that is. I think it's from like some TV show. Do you know that the W in the back behind is it like 16 green, 17? Is
at
it
the Sony?
3, and it's yeah.
No.
Check it out, man. You gotta take a look. We're talking about trees now, palm trees. I don't know. Do you have any picks for Wiley?
No, I mean, if Cam's playing, I think he's just on a, he's on a heater right now. I think he's going to continue it. To be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if he went back to back. I think I like Sung J M the way he's playing too, even to close out the year. Even looks like he's carried it over. I like his chances. I would have taken Kisner, but I don't think he's not playing. Because the course is a little shorter. I feel like it suits well for him.
No, I think maybe you missed what I said. I think he is playing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I like his chances.
Sure.
I would have liked to see Bryson play because they kept talking about how his distance could have been a big factor at this course. And
right, and taking different lines and stuff. But he's out with a wrist soreness.
So
injury?
That doesn't. So unless who knows? Maybe just didn't feel like playing. But
that's what he said.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm not sure how much of it I'll watch, but I'll definitely tune in a bit. Actually, I might not watch anything. Next week's a big playoffs. So.
Well, your team, the Green Bay Packers, is resting this week.
But I still watch it.
Because they have a first round bye. Because congratulations on having a good football team. Must be nice.
Yeah, I mean, first round byes haven't been good for us in the past. Look at 2012, I think 15-1, lose the divisional round to your Giants.
That was a really cold game, right?
It was, yeah, but just and what they did is they rested everyone in the final week, and they were just so rusty. They said they just made so many mistakes, and
so they played half. They played half the game and lost to Detroit,
which
Lions,
is good.
right?
Which I'm glad. I'm glad they did choose to do that. So we'll see.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, I don't know. I'm rolling with Cam Smith. It's kind of hard to not take the guy who
I'm a Cam fan now, so
that yeah, this is a Cam Smith podcast now, everybody. Yeah, good for Cam Smith. Yeah, that's kind of what that seems like an easy pick. Let's do that. So yeah, Wildlife this week, Hawaiian swing, very exciting. Another fun thing. Obviously going to be different with how like kind of the shots they're playing. Is much tighter golf course, not a resort golf course, so to speak. And what else is going on, dude? Have you had a chance to?
Nope.
Chance to test any of these new clubs?
No, I won't start doing that till probably March. I think March is when I'll start getting the bug again. That like season's quickly approaching, so I got to go and test some club, make sure I get my bags ready to go for like end of April usually around.
You still need a set of irons. You still need a set of irons.
So I figure in March I'll start doing all that and start hitting the range a bit, like the indoor. Start loosening up because I don't know about you. I mean, because here we go months without touching a club or hitting a ball, and then that first time back at the range or even usually the range, because by then I already have many range sessions before I actually play. That first session the next day, I'm so sore. And like when you're younger, you don't feel it, but when you're older, man, you're back, you feel like, holy shit, like what did I just do? And you just hit some ball.
Yeah, now it's like you sneeze and you throw your back at it. It's like what?
Yeah. So I gotta loosen up.
Yeah, well, I did not loosen up, and I went to my buddy's shop, and Lenny's Ski and Golf, by the way, if you are in the Denver area, great facility. But he's got a great hitting net and great like TrackMan technology. It's not TrackMan, it's Flight Scope. Probably I think it's Flight Scope. And dude, it's I got a chance to test out the stealth, the new stealth, and
you said it was pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean, after the first one, went 100 yards offline, we really, honed it in. That was what I wanted to talk about, was I didn't stretch at all, dude. I was like, it just goes way right. And I'm like, that felt great. I'm twirling the club as it's going 75 yards right. It felt wonderful. But I got it online, dude.
The faceplates change, right? You can get different.
You can customize it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Customize it. That is pretty cool. But I will say, dude, once I kind of got back into the swing of things, that Stealth Plus was pretty sweet. I want to test out the new
Rogue. I heard the Rogue's
Rogue.
really good.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's interesting because you got like the same sort of like, I don't know. It's a different face on the TaylorMade. It's like you gotta like see it.
How's the
gotta,
feel
like, hit it.
of it? Like, how's the sound? Because
It
for
felt-
me, that's a major thing when I buy a driver is
Mhm.
the sound. Like, like some clubs are very tinny and it sounds like loud, and I hate that. Me,
Sure. Yeah.
the way I like it is almost like it's silent. Like it just,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like
This is more
super soft off the face is how I like it.
This is more like that. I think.
Yeah.
It's a because it's just a different material,
Mhm.
and it's highly recommend checking it out if you can. I might have to.
Well, for
do some
driver,
comparisons.
I'm back to my Ping G400 Max, and that's why I like it. Just the feel off the face when I hit it well is just so pure. It's just nice
for
and
sure.
soft. It's not very tinny and loud. That's why I'm big on the Ping.
Recommend just trying what they got out there if you do have a chance,
I
because like
definitely
we
wanna
really
test
have
it.
no idea like what it feels like the feel for me could be different for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I'm still having the M3 in my bag, dude, so like it's
See, for me, I never liked the M3 when I had it.
no, yeah, well, it's it's nice. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean,
Why didn't you like it? Because of the sound, or
the sound? I didn't like the feel off the face. That's just for me. I don't know,
Mhm.
but who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
maybe it wasn't. Maybe I had a bad shaft in it or what. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, what is it? That driver's now
And
4 years old now. 4 years old.
yeah, something like that. And like honestly, the older I get, and learn more about clubs, shafts are everything.
Yeah.
Like I've hit drivers with like 2 different shafts, and it's night and day.
Yeah. Well,
Like
it's. I
not.
mean, that the head's only so much of it. Yeah, man. I mean, that's kind of the thing. Is like you can get a new driver for $600, but chances are,
Yeah,
like, is that
it's,
shaft going to be good for you?
yeah.
That could be another $350. So breaking news. I'm not sure whether you've heard, but dropping $600 on a brand new driver is probably not going to help fix your shitty swing. However, you definitely could get more ball speed because, like, dude, I was consistently between 300 and 320 on this flight scope, and it's like when I hit it bad, it still was out there. So again, not testing it outside, and there's snow on the ground right now, kind of things like that. But I also took a bit of a putting like fitting lesson, sort of, and really cool feedback I got from my boy Doug over there. Something that maybe we can talk about at some point. He just looked at how I'm swinging the putter, and he was just like, this is what I would recommend. And sure enough, it's like what I had back in high school. It was like a Rossi too, and obviously they're like the OG Rossi's a thing. They brought it back, so it's kind of interesting. I'm putting with like a Spider X, and it's like, maybe that's a problem. Like I don't, you don't know until like you kind of talk to someone and try it out. So again, I think this year it's putting and driving seem to have piqued my interest, and it's only January. So see see where we go from here. But besides that, man, I mean, good solid first week on tour. Looking forward to another week of fun stuff with the Sony, and kind of getting back into the swing of things.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, I mean, that's if you good with you got anything else this week, Dave?
No, I'm good. Looking
Good.
happy the season's back, and I feel like every week my excitement gets a little more and more, because I feel like once you get back on the West Coast swing, then you got the Phoenix Open or Waste Management, whatever you want to call it. I feel like then the season really starts getting into form.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. And before you know it, it'll be major season, and kind of go from there, man. But yeah, hell of a first week. Good to be back. Happy New Year to everybody. 2022. Records, I guess this is the year to go low if that's possible for you, or just try and break 90. Who knows? The resolutions, we talked resolutions last time. Hopefully we're still sticking to them. But that wraps up this episode, folks. If you still with us, like, subscribe, rate, review. Appreciate all the feedback, support. Dave, good to be back, sir.
Yep.
Got to get out to Hawaii one of these days.
One day.
Tropical paradise. Is that on your list? Is it a bucket list thing for you?
I think so.
I think it seems like a good climate to be in.
Yeah. It's not the top of my list, but it's on the list.
Yeah, it's on the list. It's on the list. But yeah, folks, you have just been double crossed. We are out. Peace.